Rick Hong here for Hollywood First Look. Today, I am talking with the cast and creators of Emergency. Let's take a first look. What was your inspiration for the story? And I'm hoping it wasn't because you've ever been the Emma character.
Oh no, I was always the person in my friend group who was like charged with taking care of everybody, so they wouldn't become that. When you're a person of color in America, you have you have like a crash course starting at a young age of understanding that you have to understand at all times how you're being perceived. Like you are aware of how you're being perceived. It's an unfortunate reality that you have to anticipate, do I look like a threat right now? And the movie, a lot of the comedy and drama comes from that like exploration of that theme of like the guys are trying so hard to avoid being perceived in the wrong way that they're making decisions that are making it worse.
Congratulations. And you already know this. You just got to go out and befriend the Asian guy, and then you can just go to the party, right? I mean,
100% true.
The Asian guys always get the hookup.
In this, your character, he's got a street sense of what's going to happen in this situation. So I kind of wanted your take on it.
His street smarts just comes from the snatch of his adolescence from him at a younger age. He had to grow up early because of the situations and stuff that he ended up in just as a kid. So when it came to the completion of Sean, that came through Kunle. Kunle kind of gave him not just the street smarts part, but he gave him the book smart and also the life smart in a few ways. You feel me?
Yeah, it's an interesting sort of duality because myself, I was raised more like RJ's character. So everything that he's saying, I'm just like, yeah, oh no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Oh wait, no, we can't do that. No, I'm not supposed to think like that. I'm supposed to stick on this path right here. So it's interesting, but it's a necessary evil,
Right. My focus was always the friendship between Sean and Kunle because it goes back to the absurdity of young men of color having to think about like how they're perceived. So they're two young men of color that have a different worldview of how to handle this situation, and there's comedy that comes out of that, how they react to each other about how to handle this situation. So I always thought like if I make sure that relationship is as grounded as possible and honest as possible for the stakes, it's not going to feel like we're making light of the situation, and it's going to be funny.
And then finally, like, Sebastian, how about for you? Because like I got to say that, Carlos is one of my favorite characters because like he kind of sides with, RJ's character, but at the same time, he's got a whole other distraction. Right. And those scenes are hilarious that he's got to deal with. So like, how was it playing Carlos?
Oh my God, it's such a nightmare. I think, I mean, even in the first scene, that a lot of it, because it's all one night, it's a process of like, okay, how high am I? I was smoking like a lot before this. The first scene, I'm splashing water on my face. It's all like, what is the path of least resistance to get back into my room? At the beginning, the first scene, I'm like, well, we're all gonna have a good big drink after this, like, ha. And that becomes further and further and further away until it's just gone. We're in like the pit of despair, And you get to really watch Carlos just not be able to deal with any of this. Like he could barely deal with a conversation one-on-one,
The movie is Emergency. You can find it in theaters now and streaming on Prime Video May 27th.